going to be a very, very long day, but in years to come, you won't remember anything. There's Brian Robson. It's unfortunate Brian Robson's not going to be on the bench. I thought that Ferguson might have found a place for him somewhere on the bench, as he has now announced that his retirement and he's going to go into management or player management somewhere.
Yes, Brian Robson, it would seem, destined for Middlesbrough as player-manager next season. Alex Ferguson, as we were saying earlier on, looking very relaxed. Certainly much more relaxed than he has been on some occasions this season.
Yes, he does look very, very relaxed. He really does. Brian Robson, of course, I mean, that must be his second home. He's played there in so many international matches and so many FA Cups. He's seen it and done it all.
Leon Dublin there, and so Mike Phelan, two players to miss out in terms of being in the starting 11 or on the subs bench.
It's very unfortunate, Peter, when you're in a big side like this. You know, those two players, three players are very good players, or four of them very good players, but unfortunately it's not a place there, and you do feel a little bit left out. You can have the suit and you can travel with the team, but at the end of the day you feel a little bit lonely, a little bit left out. But that's part and parcel of the big game of football.
Les Sealey at the front there, who of course played in the League Cup final, which Manchester United lost to Aston Villa when Peter Schmeichel was up through suspension. But Schmeichel back today after injury. At least that's the latest news we had. No confirmation yet through of the teams. We'll have that very shortly. But Brian McClair, I would imagine, is going to be on the bench. Now here are the Chelsea players coming out of the dressing room. There one dilemma for the manager, Glenn Hoddle, was whether to include himself. And well, there he is. Is he going to be on the bench today?
I would think that Glenn Hoddle would be more of an asset on the bench, knowing that he can come on if necessary. Glenn Hoddle's a specialist at pinging 60, 70-yard balls all over the pitch, and Wembley being such a big pitch, I mean, it's a great arena for him. And maybe if they are winning, you always want an old head on the bench, just to settle the young boys down and tell them what they're doing. And I think Dennis Wise did remark in one of the newspapers, it's nice to know that Glenn Hoddle's always there.
So the moment is with us at last, the arrival of the two teams to emerge from the tunnel to a crescendo of noise, I'm sure, around the old stadium. Chelsea led out by Glenn Hoddle in his first season in charge, and Manchester United, the champions, led out by Alex Ferguson in search of the first League and FA Cup double in Manchester United's glamorous history. Your commentators on this, the 113th FA Cup final, former England, Tottenham and Liverpool goalkeeper Ray Clements, and first, Alan Parry.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wembley Stadium for the 113th FA Cup final, and the moment that every professional footballer dreams of. No matter how many big games you've played in, no matter how many honours you've won, there's no feeling to match this very special day in the football calendar. The English FA Cup final, still one of the biggest events throughout the sporting world. As the teams are greeted by 90,000 here inside Wembley Stadium, 65 different nations around the world will be tuning in at this very moment, an estimated audience of around 100 million people. And fittingly, it's England's most famous club, Manchester United, who are on the brink of history today, attempting to complete the League Championship and FA Cup double, something they've never done before. It's Manchester United's 12th appearance in the FA Cup final, and that equals a record set a year ago here by Arsenal. Chelsea, on the left of the picture, are appearing in their 4th FA Cup final. Mark Hughes, whose late goal here in the semi-final against Oldham kept Manchester United's hopes alive of the League and Cup double. Tremendous support here. United have the majority of the support, I'm sure, but Chelsea are blessed by some famous fans, amongst them the Prime Minister John Major, although he's away on ministerial duty today. I'm sure he'll be sneaking a look at the nearest TV set. Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Kent, waiting to walk out into what I'm afraid is a rather gloomy and wet afternoon here. And in a moment, the teams will be presented to her following the traditional playing of the national anthem. And suitably attired for the day in a neutral light blue, Her Royal Highness with a very appropriate umbrella as well to keep out the worst of the English summer conditions, takes her place, and now the band of Her Majesty's Royal Marines will play the national anthem, and I'm sure the crowd, as ever, will give it full and very vocal support. Anthem beautifully observed by this capacity crowd at Wembley Stadium. The pitch looking as fine as I've seen it for many years here. They had their problems a few years ago with the Wembley surface, but those problems happily behind us now, and the red carpet rolled out as Her Royal Highness meets first the players of Chelsea, with Dennis Wise, captain for the day, introducing each player individually. There are more foreigners taking part in this FA Cup final than ever before in history. We've got Dmitry Karin, the Russian, on the Chelsea side. We just saw Her Royal Highness speaking a moment ago to Erlend Jonsson, a Norwegian international. Then we've got the Dane Jakob Kilberg. And of course, on the Manchester United side, Peter Schmeichel of Denmark, Andrei Kanchelskis from the Soviet Union, and Eric Cantona, the first Frenchman ever to play in an English FA Cup final. It's Steve Bruce, the United captain, who takes the royal party along the line of United players. Schmeichel perhaps a bit surprised to even be here today. The ankle injury he received a couple of weeks ago was thought to have been likely to keep him out, but he's in his usual place in United's goal. Ray Clemence, you've enjoyed this moment many times in your career. I imagine what the players are thinking now is they really want to get the formalities over and get the game underway. These must be nerve-tingling moments.
Yes, they are. It's all they want to do is get the shaking of the hands out of the way. You know, people have said to me over my career, what actually did the royal person say to you in this when she shakes hands with you? And I can never ever remember, because your mind is totally fixed on the 90 minutes that's in front of you. You want to shake hands, break away, get onto that pitch, get a feel of the ball, get into goal, make a first save, and the sooner the game starts, the sooner your nerves can disappear. But at this present moment in time, the players will all be jiggling about thinking, come on, let me break away and get running, because that's what I want to do here today.